Good morning. Good morning. I'm Matt Sudmeyer, the manager of the Parks and Recreation Division, and welcome to the Apopka Connector Trail groundbreaking ceremony. This is an exciting trail project for us, and we want to thank you for being here to celebrate this groundbreaking ceremony for this new trail. Before Mayor Demings and Commissioner Moore come to the podium, I'd like to thank everyone who helped make this project possible, all the staff, and I'd also like to recognize some staff. We have our department director here, Ms. Vin Thomas, Community and Family Services Department Director, and Deputy Director, Ms. LaVon Williams is here. And then the mayor and commissioners are going to thank a lot of the folks that made this possible, but I want to take this opportunity to recognize staff in the Parks and Recreation Division who are going to help maintain this wonderful trail corridor. This portion of the trail is kind of the bookend between Magnolia and Clarkona Horse Park. So Magnolia Park staff and Clarkona Horsemen's Park staff, if you could just wave your hand and say hi, we'd like to thank you for in advance for the wonderful job you're going to do taking care of this beautiful trail corridor. So thank you. And then also I want to recognize our planning and design section within Parks. We oversee the Trails Master Plan and the Trails Program for the county. And leading our section, our planning and design section, is Regina Ramos. She's in the back there, Regina. And then also everyone that's involved in our Trails program knows Cedric Moffitt. He's this is his baby. The Trails program is his baby, and he gives 150%, and we appreciate all his hard work making all this all work together and come to fruition. So thank you. And of course, thank you to Mayor Demings and Commissioner Moore and the rest of the BCC for ensuring that this trail project got built. Thank you for making this a priority and the necessary funding and staff in place to operate this new trail, and for your support not only for this trail but throughout the county for all of our trails, our parks, our recreation programs, and all the diverse opportunities we offer our citizens. So thank you, Mayor Demings and Commissioner Moore, for that. So now I'd like to go ahead and please welcome our Mayor Demings. Thank you.
All right, good morning to all of you. Thank you, Matt. Thank you to our Parks and Recreation Department as well as our Utilities Department. They have been the ones who have primarily stayed on task to make this a reality today as we stand here to do the groundbreaking for the Lake Apopka Connector Trail. Also want to acknowledge my colleague from the Board of County Commission once again, Commissioner Christine Moore, who's standing here with us. But as it has been suggested by Matt earlier, sometimes to make these projects happen, it takes a longer period of time. And so former Commissioner Betsy Vanderlee is here with us today as well. And so during her tenure on the board, much of this was taking place in terms of the planning and the funding to make the entire trail connection a reality. So also, I would like to just say that I'm excited for our community because of what the trails mean to our community. It's part of making our community the community that it can be, and these beautiful trails are crucial to preserving the local ecosystem by providing access to our diverse natural landscapes and connecting nearby communities. More than 30 years ago, the first segment of the West Orange Trail was opened. Think about that for a moment. 30 years has passed. Since then, the trail has been expanded and now stretches 22 miles through Oakland, Winter Garden, Apopka, and Ocoee. The concept of having a multi-use pedestrian trail around Lake Apopka goes back about 20 years now. In 2012, Phase 1 was opened, providing access from Magnolia Park to the North Shore Trail, which is maintained by the St. John's Water Management District. This new phase will connect the West Orange Trail to the North Shore, stretching through Apopka and Ocoee from our Clarkona Horse Park to Magnolia Park. The 42-mile loop will connect the North Shore Trail and the West Orange Trail in Orange County. That will give our cyclists and our runners quite the distance to be able to run. I know as I look out here, I see Dr. Jeff Williamson. He's an avid, I don't know what he's avid. Cyclist, runner. Okay, he says cyclist, so okay, we'll go with that one. But in either case, I had to pick on somebody today. The South Trail, as well as the Green Mountain Scenic Overlook in Lake County, will be all part of this wonderful trailhead. We look forward to having a multi-use trail around Lake Apopka. Today, we are breaking ground on this $10 million project. $10 million of your taxpayer dollars, which includes a 10 to 14 foot wide multi-use path that will be 3.23 miles in length. For the runners, that's about a 5K that you'll be able to do out here. I want to also thank our numerous partners. These types of projects cannot be made possible without a lot of collaboration from the professionals in our community and other community advocates. I will recognize the Florida Department of Transportation if we have any of their representatives here. Thank you. Metro Plan Orlando, the other elected officials and staff from the cities of Apopka and Ocoee, Orange County Public Works, specifically Engineering, Highway Construction, and Transportation Planning Divisions, Orange County Parks and Recreation, as we have already recognized, Orange County Utilities, WBQ Design and Engineering. Where are you all here? Raise your hands back here. There they are over here. Thank you all very much. I wonder how much we paid WBQ. Anybody know the answer to that? They're not going to say right now. Gibbs and Registered Construction, where is that team? Thank you, Gibbs. Joe Dunn of the Friends of Lake Apopka, the infamous Joe Dunn. Joe has been involved in these type of activities now for years, and his advocacy is well known. So thank you for the partnership that you bring to this as well. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Commissioner Christine Moore, the commissioner for this district. Commissioner Moore.
All right, thank you. Good morning. I don't know if all of you approached today from the west, but I was ecstatic when I turned down McCormick Road and I saw that they had already, the construction company, you had already started the work. And I said, this will be the highlight of my day, the highlight of probably of the year. And I want to introduce to you, we have a Parks and Recs Board, which is really a wonderful opportunity for citizens to get involved. And my representative, Debbie Stevens, is here. I'll recognize her. Now, Matt didn't know about her that she's very thorough, and he told her when she first came on the board that just go visit a few parks and let me know if you see any deficiencies. And so she went and visited all of them and gave him quite a list. But she's pretty picky because Matt and his team do a phenomenal job on our parks. And Patrick Panza back there, the chair of the committee, who's also works with Bike Walk Central Florida. And so I also really want to recognize Joe Dunn because he was reminding me a couple of years ago, we did an instructional video during the pandemic because we lost our tours to Lake Apopka with the children from Apopka, the advanced students, and we would always give them a history of what happened to this beautiful lake. And it did start out beautiful, and I actually created a game, but the pandemic came and we weren't able to bring the kids out and do water testing and give them a history story. So Joe and I went out in August, and we were sweating like bullets. And you also are the reason that Lake Apopka and Magnolia Park was recognized by the UN. Is that not correct? And so Lake Apopka has a wonderful story, starting back with the Native Americans. It is called Lake Apopka, which Apopka means potato-eating people, and we're very proud of our Native Americans because they were the earliest tribe in the state of Florida that began cultivating crops. And of course, you know from the story, it was cultivating potatoes. And we're very proud of them for their vision and their progress along from being a hunter-gatherer community all the way up to when the pioneers. And we're also proud that the earliest pioneers actually were in this area because of water with the Wekiva River. You would have seen the Clay family up at Wekiva Springs and the Delk family over in Rock Springs. And so it was really heartbreaking, I think, for a lot of Apopkans as we saw this 100-year history of the lake deteriorating. And the Winter Garden folks were not always happy with the Apopka folks, and the Apopka folks were not always happy with the Winter Garden folks. And we can look to many things that happened in that history. But the good story is in the 90s, who was at that time, Mayor Dyer was a senator, and school board chair Bill Sublette was the state representative, and they were the ones who successfully got about $200 million, I believe it was, money to come back to Lake Apopka to buy the farms out and begin the restoration. And I tell you all of this because we would not be building a trail around this lake if you had seen this lake in the 1970s. It was brown, it was green, and I love to tell the children from all the DDT from the farms, we had white alligators. It was just a terrible situation. So today really is a celebration of what we've all been doing since the 1990s to restore this lake. And just think about where we're going to be. We have people coming from all over the world to ride the Coast to Coast Trail, and now they're going to have the opportunity to take this 40-mile ride all the way around Lake Apopka. And so I'm extremely excited about this. I'm so proud of the staff and everyone who's persisted. Joe, I don't know how many years you've been working on this. And actually, I was talking to former Commissioner Vanderlei. Actually, I'd like to invite her up here for a minute because her father was part of the Brain Trust many years ago, because a lot of these improvements are because somebody had an idea. They were creative, and in their dreams, the thought about something being better than a green and a brown lake. Would you like to come up and tell a little bit of that story about your father and his vision?
Thank you. This is a real treat for me because many years ago in the late 90s, when Dad was the mayor of the town of Oakland, the Friends of Lake Apopka was actually forming, and the Oakland Nature Preserve was forming. They were building the West Orange Trail in Oakland, which I happily live on and enjoy every day. And so when I was chair of Metroplan and Joe came and said, we have this great concept of a Lake Apopka loop trail, I said, you know, my dad talked about that in the late 90s. Wouldn't that be amazing? And if you stop and think about Commissioner Moore's comments about what the lake looked like at that point in time and what it looks like now, for him to have that vision of a Lake Apopka loop trail and that being an amenity was quite a stretch of imagination at that point in time. So happily, I got to find myself in a position of leadership to help secure some of the land to complete that loop trail and find some of the funding to complete that loop trail. So having been out of office for a while, I don't very often come to groundbreakings of this nature, but I wouldn't want to have missed this one. This is really a fruition of my dad's dream and the fact that I got to take a part in that. And so this is an extraordinary day. It's a little emotional.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joe. But it's a real treat to be here today and to see this happening here. And I can't wait until I get to ride on it in segments. It probably won't be all 42 miles in one stretch,
No.
but I will take it in bits and I will enjoy it and I will think of my dad proudly in that period of time. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. That's good. Since we've been celebrating history, we have a little other nugget of history lesson today. Our Orange County Parks and Rec Department is 100 years old. And so, isn't that exciting? And so to celebrate 100 years of their work, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about them. They have a full-time staff of 300 members serving 15 million program participants with visitors annually. Parks and Recreation provides 113 parks, boat ramps, recreation centers, sports facilities, and more than 53 miles of trails, while also maintaining nearly 15,000 acres of parkland. You can see our citizens and Orange County government are very much committed to parks. And across the country, there are 88 sport fields and more than 1,350 youth in organized sports events every year. And so what we see today, this vision that's gone on for many years, it's really, truly just the beginning. And I hope you all have the opportunity to enjoy this trail in years to come. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Commissioner Moore and previous Commissioner Vanderlei for your comments. And we'd like to go ahead and do the ceremonial groundbreaking with the shovels and the gold shovels. And so if we could get Mr. Dunn, if you'd please join us, the WBQ, I know Troy Vargas is here, and Gibson Register, if you guys could join us. And we'd like to get also, if Public Works and Utilities and the park staff would like to get them in the photo as well, we'd appreciate that. So thank you all so much for being here today. We really appreciate it. We'd like for our Parks Advisory Board members to be in the picture as well. If you could please get a shovel and a hard hat. But thank you all again so much for being here today. And we'll go ahead and just move over to my right, your left, and we'll do the ceremonial groundbreaking. Staff and
Hey, listen, it might be appropriate to have any potato-eating people join us as well. Any Apopkas out there? There are. All those Apopkas, come on up here. If you're a potato-eating person. Come on, some of y'all not getting it up. Jeffrey Williamson, I've seen you eat French fries and everything else. The rest of y'all come on. All right, here we go.
all right, let me get over here. We'll do a countdown. So before we throw the dirt, let's do like a picture with just holding the dirt and the shovel. Get you some dirt, lift it up a little bit. Over here. And we'll get a couple photos with this.
You want me to count down or you want to do it?
You want to do it?
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.